Have you been given a presentation and then you realize you lost your audience attention? They have not told you, "We're bored" or "Are you done?" but they've definitely delivered the message with their body movements and gestures. My name is Jasmine Campos, and I'll be presenting to you the different categories of gestures and body movements and their meanings. This will make you more aware of that nonverbal message that you might be delivering and avoiding sending the wrong message. There are four categories of gestures and body movements, which are emblems, illustrators, regulators, and adapters. Emblems are intentional body movements and gestures that carry an exact meaning to that verbal message, such as nodding your head, which means yes or I agree. Illustrators are intentional movements or gestures that add clarity to that verbal meaning, such as when you're giving directions and you tell them make a turn to the right, that just pretty much gave a more clear message of what you were verbally saying. Regulators control the flow of the conversation, such as when you're talking to someone and they're constantly nodding their head, but in a certain way that you know they're either like telling you, yeah, right, whatever you're saying, I don't believe it. Adapters are habitual gestures or movements that we use in times of discomfort, such as scratching our forehead, flipping our hair behind our ear, or even scratching our nose. I'm going to present to you a situation that I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with. You're given a presentation, and then you realize that more than half of your audience are not even paying attention. They're even looking at their watch, or they're playing with their phones. That's a sign of a regulator. You try to figure out what can you do, what have you done wrong. But between that, you start scratching your head, you show them signs of frustration. Pretty much, you're giving them an adapter. The audience now knows that you don't know where you're going with this because they don't have your attention. Then, you notice that throughout your entire presentation, all you've been doing is reading out of a paper. There has not really been much interaction with your audience. So, change things around, and you start giving some emphasis to the points you're trying to make. You start using illustrators, giving some emphasis to those points that you were covering. Now, you interact a little more with your audience. You're not looking at that paper, you're actually giving them eye contact and a lot of nonverbal body movements that give more emphasis to what you're trying to say. Almost at the end of your presentation, you look in the back, and then you see your boss giving you a thumbs up. He's just giving you an emblem. Straight up answer. Great job. You did something right. You're all excited about what you've just delivered. Now, the best thing we can do is to be aware of that nonverbal message we're delivering. Practice controlling your gestures. Unfortunately, you might not be giving the right message. You might be verbally saying something and your body's contradicting it. Knowing the message that you're trying to give will make you aware of how you should deliver it. Your body gestures should be complementing it, not contradicting it. Now that we know the four different types of gestures and body movements, which are emblems, illustrator, regulators, and adapters, let's use it to our advantage. When we're doing presentations, it's always good to be aware of what people are telling you and what you're delivering without even speaking. Let's make sure that what I'm saying verbally and what my body is delivering non-verbally complements it and delivers that clear message you're expecting to give. Now, with all of this, let's just make sure that our body is not contradicting us and causes a misinterpretation of our message.